What's up, guys? It's been a while. I figured I would do something here. We'll do some bug fixes tonight, but so nothing too spectacular. A list of things I gotta look over here for MK Plus. Right. Let's start with the machine problem here. We got a machine problem with Cage's shadow kick once in a while, or I would say probably more often than not. And I think it has something to do with a debug hook I have in here. So we're going to take that out for now and see if that changes that. And there we go, just like that. Takes that hook out, and we'll see how that how it goes on machines here. All right, what's next? What's the latest? 427, I think. Let me double check. Okay, yeah. Let's just go ahead and might solve that cage kick there. I think the shadow kick and the electricity for Raiden are kind of on the fringe of being too much for the machine itself, so some of these exceptions have to be made. And if you didn't know, there's two different throne rooms, two different variants of the throne room. If you pay attention, if you're ever playing with Johnny Cage or Raiden or against one of those two characters, on the throne room you should only see 3 pillars. One of the pillars on the right is removed from the stage. I think that's just to kind of help with either one of those moves, either the electricity for Raiden's his idle animation, or Cage's shadow kick. I think they take up a lot of resources for the system, and I removed some assets just to be on the safe side so it doesn't crash or slow down. Maybe down the line we'll do some in-depth testing and see what we can do to bring the all 4 pillars into the throne room and see if we can get it working the way it should have been. Alright, let's focus on survival mode tonight. Let's do that. So, let's see, when round ends in a draw, I'm not too concerned about that. Let's see what's next. Our pal has Cage's ending. Now, that was already addressed for the game. Normal. Ending, the normal game mode ending. But let's see here. Let's go. trying to remember where I stuck those at. I think it's in game. Let's see. Okay, that's not it. Okay, let's see. For some reason I'm having a problem finding my end game hook here. This will probably work here. We can just hook into this hook right here, and this will be at the end of survival mode. So we'll go right into here and see what we can find. Currently Reptile has an ending, Cage's ending, but he shouldn't have any ending at all. Pause that there for a minute. I'm going to make this a little easy on me. I don't think I have all these cheats enabled or debug options. The infinite round time is Sans power, Reptile on, and we'll go from there. And I'll just work up survival mode. And actually, I don't know if I've ever used Sans power on survival mode. That's ought to be interesting. And of course, we have to fix Reptile's portrait there. We on survival? Oh, I'm not even on survival mode. Silly me. I probably wasn't on survival mode the first time either. So let's go back in here. See if we can use that. What's up, Master? How you doing? It's been a while since I did a stream. I'll do a quick little stream. Not that health is going to make a difference with this cheat on, but just fast forward stuff here. As you can see, we have the real reptile we're fighting against on a mirror match now. We no longer have just a scorpion clone or repalleted scorpion. So before, that's not what I wanted. So before this gets released, we're just gonna jump at him. Before this gets released, I'll obviously have to make some kind of AI improvement for the crossover kick because they fall for it every time. This might be a tough match to win. Yep, it was tough. So, what we're going to do is we're going to cheat a little bit. And we're just going to take all of his health. Didn't seem like it made much of a difference. There we go. Save state. I wonder what's up with my keyboard. Let's see here. Got some stuff underneath the key. It seems like. All right, so there's our break right there. Let's go ahead and see what's going on there. Alright, survival, in game, check high scores. Alright. So, let's see. If it's not, it's going to reset. Okay, so high scores return. I'm sure no matter what, we're still going to the return here. Okay, so compare. Okay, so you shouldn't have anything because we're comparing the ID. Jump to runtime if less than. Okay, so it's going to show credits. See what happens here. Yep, sure enough. He does have an ending. Alright, so let's see. Let's see what goes south here. From story, so our story is down here. What's up, Drew? Let's see. No, you go on with your stream, man. I'm not gonna be long. I'm just doing a few bug fixes. Nothing major. Nothing major, man. I think you would. You have 10 o'clock. Is that what you were doing at 10? Yeah, I'll be off before that for sure. So you guys get double the MK plus. You get a back to back. You get a double header. All right, let's see. We are We're gonna check our custom game mode. If it's one, if it's not one, we're gonna jump to here. Let's see. Score return. Okay, so this is our. Just pulling in our high scoreboard. Makes our selector. Does all the good stuff. Fade to black. I got a unlock presentation here. If we were to put some unlocks depending on the survival mode point ending there. Let's see. Turn from story. Okay, maybe I'm jumping that. Alright, so let's go ahead and for a breakpoint here. Let's see what's going on because it doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Okay, so there's our jump. Actually, that's a little off there. It's not aligning. Should be there. Mariano, it may get a third beta. Depends if I decide to add more content. If no content is added, then it'll purely just be focusing on bug fixes in a final release. Alright, so somewhere along the lines, our character ID is getting wiped. BO is getting wiped. That's what it is. Okay. AO into BO, and then let's see. Let's go through the code here. Let's see exactly where BO is getting wiped, because BO is responsible for holding our character ID. There it is, format all. Okay, so we got FF8225, FF825FEO. And we also have a BL register being used here too, so we're going to see if we can push that into the stack and then grab it later so we can keep our character ID. Fujin. How do you know Fujin's not already in the game? There's things in MK2 Plus that no one's found yet. Alright, so let's see, our format all is wiping our BO. Let's go back in here. So it just says a okay, so alright, so I think we'll be okay to do this. Because I get wiped here, it's going to get wiped here. And let's make sure we don't have any branches for that. Let's see, so we're good there. I think our check is here. Yeah, here's our check here, so we should be good there. And then that first branch is survival check high score return. So we should be able to restore that right before that. The SP and the BO, that should do that. Oh, there we go. Got that backwards. There we go. What we're going to do here is we're going to have to play through that once more and see now if it works like it should. I hooked up another monitor, so my main starts way over here, off screen. Just gotta drag it over. And let's do this to make things faster. Let's go to our fight location and just put us on Changsung. I want to say is fight number E. Fight ladder position. There we go. All right. Well played, Changsung. Alright, so let's do that. Let's get our let's get a couple breakpoints here. We probably won't get, you know, I can see a crash coming because if we don't make a high score list, I think what's going to happen is we might jump our push to stack here. Yeah, I think we're going to jump it right here, but we'll see. If anything, we'll just move this push to the stack up a little bit before that branch. I think I just caught another bug. Let's see. Alright, so let's see what this one was. Checking for game mode, survival mode. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, I'm gonna move AO. Get audits. So 31 and 32 for our audits are let's see what those audits were again. Survival mode stuff for sure. Let's see here. 132. Okay, 31 is survivors. 32 points. Okay, yeah, so we're getting our points. That's probably the reason we got 0 points. Yep, so the lowest points on the scoreboard for survival mode is 0. And we have 0, so we're tying with that. I'm thinking that's probably causing some kind of issue here. So as we're pushing our character ID into the stack. BO into AO, and it's going to try to load that stage, which is where our crash is coming from. So, oh no, okay, that's probably fine. It's not like I thought I was expecting an ID, a stage ID, but it's probably just an address for the structure. All right. You know what I can do? Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's go back in here. I don't foresee anybody beating survival mode with 0 points. It's just not possible. So that type of problem should never see the light of day. But what we'll do is we'll substitute some kind of value here, and we'll proceed. Alright, so that's going to increase our survival attempts. A1's going to be our points, so we'll just put, you know, like 80 or something. Oh, okay, we got something else going on there. Let's see. What we can do, and if we have a problem with the stack here, trying to save our character ID, what we can do is we can try to push that into the structure of this process here if it's got some room left over. 5, 4, 8, 10. Looks like we've got room here. Let's see. These are process offsets that I've been tracking here. So we can do like 2AO. We can probably do 230, I'm guessing. C40. Okay, that does have something in it right now, so we're not going to occupy that. Points. What about 1DO? And we're gonna go higher. We're gonna go. Let's see, 280. Let's see, 2AO. CBO. So we're about right here. We can probably do that. We can try it anyways. What's the worst that can happen? Alright, so what we'll do is we'll take out, since this pushing the stack is giving us a problem here, just go ahead and remove that. And there's that. And then to get our fighter ID, what we'll do is we'll get that from our offset there in our structure. See, 2BO, 2B or not 2BO. And where was our push at again? We took that out somewhere up here, didn't we? this is where it was right here. So we'll do move our character ID into the offset. And we should have a move BO to AO, I think, don't we, down here? That's not it. I think I've already addressed that. I think that's the one right here, yeah. So that's our fighter ID. So that then should work. Okay, let's try that out. Alright, so let's go ahead and build that again. So instead of preserving our character ID by pushing to the stack, we're just going to store it in the offset of the process structure. That way we don't have to worry about when to properly pop that stack of that value. Just in case we have any branches going on in between there, that should eliminate any of those problems there. Wish you guys could see my full screen. YouTube has not adopted any other formats, it seems like, in 16 to 9. Do the same thing here. We'll go through and we'll turn on Sans Cheat just to make things easy. And then let's go find our ladder address again. Our ladder position address. There it is. Well done, Shang Tsung. Alright, I'm just going to play it straight through with no breakpoints right now just to see what happens. We have 0 points. We have earned a spot on the leaderboard. Alright. So that fixes that problem. But what if we were not Reptile? Let's go ahead and test a different ID there. Alright, so we've got AO is going to equal 2. There's Raiden, because Raiden is character ID 2, so that's great. So let's go ahead and come over here and cross that off the list. And what are we working with today? There we go. So that's a proposed fix. I got a color scheme here that it seems it allows me to have track of 2 or 3 different releases at once, and we can see how the bugs progress, or the fixes of the bugs, how they progress, whether or not they worked. And I have to go back and fix something else or whatnot. It seems like that one's fixed. Let's see. Okay, hardware points tally slower, or tally is slower than normal if you knock someone down the pit. Another slowdown problem on hardware. trying to understand why that would be, because in the code here I have, if you didn't catch it, I put flames. Well, that's daytime pit. Hold on a minute. I don't think I've added the flames to the original pit, did I? I'm trying to remember. So there's torches that are not lit on the pit, and when I made the daytime variant, I added those torches. Well, let's take a look. I don't think I've added them to the original pit, but I'm gonna double check. Yeah, they're not on there. So that problem there is kind of a head scratcher, because there's nothing done to this stage that would cause any extra processing. So I don't understand why that would. Let's see. Let's go back to. Could be just overall. Well. What am I not destroying on the pit as far as processes go? Maybe maybe the clouds are still running. Well, that can't be. Let's see. It's only if you knock them in the pit. So I addressed another bug here. Survival mode also. Okay, so. Alright, yeah, so what we're going to do is put a halt to the clouds. That should probably fix that problem. I've been doing some process limitations on survival mode, just because the point tally and the strings and that, they take up a lot of the game's resources, and it seems to cause slowdowns here and there in particular situations. So what we'll do is, let's see, survival mode, and we'll find check around end. There are objects. Okay, so this is where I'm destroying instances. So we have a stage process of 2,000. Those are being destroyed, but it seems like those clouds are running on some other than 2,000 as far as their process ID goes. So what we'll do is, let's go in and see. Let's go see how those clouds are made. And we will see what ID they're being assigned with. Let's see. Fastest way might be to go over here and check stage here. And we have stage data array there, and I want to say the pit is stage 3. 0, 1, 2, 3. So let's right click here and we will follow address pointer, and this is, let's check our bookmark. Yeah, stage data pit. And we're gonna have, let's split this window here. I think one of these two are going to be the addresses that we need to go to. Let's find out. What it's doing is it's calling a routine, which is going to cast some new processes, and there it is. So that's the one. So we'll just put just bookmark that. Let the stage load, and it should stop on the clouds. Okay, so there, it actually is 2,000. Okay, so let's go into, let's put a breakpoint on that process there and see what's going on. Alright, so this is where we're going to animate our clouds for the pit. a little effect with the mouse. That's kind of neat. Play with the effects. So anyhow, this should be ending this process. For some reason, it's not ending this process. What's up, CMM? How you doing, buddy? Hmm. Alright, so let's see why our clouds aren't ending, because I believe that's probably what's causing slowdown on machines when we do the pit fatality on survival mode. But in our code here, we have the process being destroyed with whatever 2000 is. And if we look in here at our process ID, it is 2000, so that is definitely the right process. Okay, so let's go in here and put a breakpoint. Okay, so this is where it's supposed to destroy this thread. So let's walk through here and see what's going on. I wonder if we have the right... Okay, so the setup is fine. It's going to go through the threads and the thread layers. And we're looking for 105.5550. And it's going to go through all these structures of the processes, and it's going to check for the instance ID of 2000. And if it finds one, it's going to destroy it. So we're just focusing here on registers A2. A2 is going to hold their structure address, and alright, so there's our process ID of our clouds moving there. So it's going to AND A1 to A4. Compare the two, and it's going to match. Also, make sure that this process, we're not killing the thread in the same thread, so because that would not be possible. Okay, so it should have taken it away. I'm wondering if the clouds probably, the objects themselves might need to have their velocity halted, because I think even though you destroy the process, the object itself is still within the object list. And if it has velocity like the clouds do, it's just going to keep going. So I'd imagine that if we let this play out long enough, that these clouds would probably all disappear and no new clouds would be made, since the process is actually destroyed. So you see this top cloud, I don't expect a new cloud coming in. Yeah, you can see they're disappearing here. So that's what we'll have to do. We'll have to go through and also, is there a process in there to halt velocity on all objects? I know UMK3's got something like that as a generic call. I think when it does the demo fights and it stops the demo fights at the end of them, I think it halts everything on screen like that. Alright, Drew, man. Thanks for stopping by. Yeah, mastered the background. It does move. It's reactive to the mouse. Let's see. So what we'll do here is let's load back the clouds. I'm wondering if I should make a generic routine that would stop all the objects, or just the pit clouds themselves. So we can probably reference the clouds by their instance ID and their object structures. But there may be other stages that might have something like this as well. So I think if we were to do like a generic approach, it might be more beneficial instead of maybe having to come back and fixing another problem on a different stage. All right, so let's see, clear object velocity. Okay, so we'll probably do that. Okay, so that's what we're going to work with here. This is our routine that's going to clear all of that out. What we have to do is, do I have an object list defined here? Does the game have an object? I know it has the list for processes, but does it have an object list? I don't think this game has an object list. Does have a location for the next available table to use, or a next available structure to place an object in. Let's see. That's going to be under, okay, there we go. Next table for use. This location has the next table to be used when an object is created. So when objects are created in the game, anything you see visually, it's going to go to this address, and it's going to use whatever table or address is located in that address pointer, and use that address for the location of the object structure. All right. What I'm going to do is probably wrap my stream up here and continue this. And I know Drew is looking forward to a stream, so let me make sure he's still cool with that, and so you guys can watch him do his stream as well. but I'll continue and I'll look for. I don't think the game's. I never realized that the game's never had a complete object list. I don't think. Could be. I mean, maybe this is the start of it. Let's see, 101, 50, 60. Could be wrong. What's up, Stan? If not, that might not be a bad thing to implement also. We'll go ahead and do that. We'll fix that up. So what we'll do is to fix that slowdown, which only affects machines. I mean, you got to understand that when, developing stuff for such an old system that there's a lot of drawbacks that you don't find on emulation, because emulation has, almost unlimited resources for such things, and you only find these problems after you do testings on machines. So once in a while it happens, so that's not a big deal. Fortunately, I have some pretty good testers, and they find a lot of stuff for me. Stay busy, and I generally get them all fixed, so it's not a big deal. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna end it here, guys, and I'll catch you guys next time. Possibly this weekend. I think I want to do something this weekend and keep the MK ball rolling, and get you guys another contributor build here, maybe Sunday evening or something. So that'll do it, guys. It's been an hour for me, and I appreciate you guys watching, and I'll see you guys next time. And you guys have a good night, and go check out Drew if he's doing a stream. I know he's trying to get you guys some early builds for UMK3+. Sure you guys are looking forward to that. But I'll see you guys, and thanks for watching.